back to Dukascopy TV. I'm Elaine Stenson, and today I'm joined in studio by independent market strategist Bruno Estier. He's here today to discuss the European markets. Bruno, you're very welcome.
Hello, Elaine.
So, Bruno, are the European markets starting to outperform the US markets?
This is a very good question. To answer that question, we need to go back a little bit in history and recall the characteristic of the European markets. We have on the upper part the relative strength of the European market versus the S&P 500, and on the lower part we have the Euro Stoxx 50. And we noticed along the red arrows going down that usually when the market overall is going down, the European market outperforms on the downside. That means it goes down faster than the US market. There are though some periods where the market moves up, and these are the green arrows. When the market moves up, the Euro Stoxx relative strength to the S&P 500 is sometimes rising a little, but not as much as it goes down, or being flat. So we see a kind of asymmetric movement of the European stocks, which are especially prone to underperform when the market globally goes down. And recently, we are just ending probably a down move which has been lasted for 4 or 5 years. But we need to zoom up a little bit to see exactly what happened. When we zoom up for the last 2 years, we notice that in June of last year, in 2012, when we had a bottom in the market at a relatively low level because we were close to the level of 2011, then the European stock market started to outperform the US market a little bit, especially in the second half of 2012. That outperformance was big news. It was at the time a relief because everybody was very concerned about Europe, the fate of the euro, the fate of the European states and some specific sovereign states. And that bad feelings about Europe was turned around, and people decided that the end of the world would not come to a place, especially for Europe, and they started to buy back Europe. So that there was some elasticity in that rebound, which allowed the European market to outperform a relatively long time, almost 6 months.
Okay. That
stopped in January. And in January, again, the European stocks, Euro Stoxx 50, started to underperform the US market because the US market was really doing well. If we looked in the short term now, we noticed indeed that there is not only the outperformance of the Euro Stoxx versus the S&P 500, but there is another line on the top here, which is the green line. And this green line is the euro dollar.
Okay.
And the euro dollar has an influence. It is also moving up since the beginning of July. So this is helping also the Euro Stoxx and the European markets.
So Bruno, should we be buying European equity now with the help of the euro appreciating?
I think it could be an idea, but it needs some careful examining. Let's see from which perspective we are looking at. If we are US investors, we are going to beneficiate from the euro appreciating, and we see that the Euro Stoxx is moving up. How do we see that? We take, for example, a US ETF, which is covering Germany, and we see recently that we are making a new high compared to the May high, while, for example, typical Germany index, the DAX is not yet at a new high. So we'll see here the effect of the euro currencies appreciating. The question is Germany the best bet? Well, if we looked at carefully within Europe, we could even find something better than Germany. If we have here this black line showing the appreciation of Spain versus Germany, we see that already since mid-July it is moving up. So we see that even the southern countries are probably offering some more interest if you want to take the bets on Europe. However, you need to be watching some of these blue lines which are very close above the recent price actions. And some of these lines are very long-term, and they are kind of a ceiling. Therefore, you are not buying at a cheap level. You are buying here hoping that you are going into a new regime, into a big extension on the way up. That's not too sure.
How likely is that?
Well, that's probably not too likely right now in the short term. If we think that everybody is complacent and not buying any insurance, that means everybody believes the market can only go up, then there is a problem. Because when everybody believes the market go up, that means everybody is long already and there is no more buyer left. So really we need to be careful and watch the level of VIX, which is very close to some historical low level near 11-12%.
Okay.
So buying Europe, yes, but probably on a big pullback.
So it's just a waiting game?
Maybe in October.
Okay.
The fall.
Bruno, thank you for that, and thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And that's all we have time for now, but do check back later for further interviews and updates from the Dukascopy TV team. Bye for now.